Hello. So let's talk about mental health, mine, and turning 50. So you may have noticed, if you have been on my Instagram or my vintage channel, that I am making a big deal out of turning 50 in 45 days. And I want to talk about kind of why and how that relates to my mental health. And sometimes it's hard to talk about things that are important to me because I don't ever want to make my family feel bad or my loved ones feel bad about something. I'm not in any way saying anything negative about my family, because if you know me at all, you know how much I love my family and how family oriented I am and how they're so important to me. Like, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So there are a couple of reasons why I want to celebrate turning 50. And the biggest reason, and I don't think any of these are like more important than any of the others, but like the number one reason is because I have been living with diagnosed fibromyalgia for 25 years now. And there were days where I was in so much pain, I didn't want to live. I didn't want to keep existing in that much pain. I just didn't, I'd had it. I was at the point where I was like, how can anybody keep going while dealing with this much pain on a daily basis? And I always fought my way through because I reminded myself, not all days are this painful. Not all months are this painful. Not all years are this painful. Fibromyalgia goes up and down, and sometimes it's much worse than it is others. And I had 3 kids depending on me. Like, I had to be there. Had to. Wasn't going to let them down. But it was hard. And there were times I didn't think I would make it to 50. So, number one, let's celebrate that. Let's celebrate that I am here. Let's have a party because I made it. I made it to 50. Number two, I've never had a big celebration. Like, sweet 16s weren't a thing that my generation did. I mean, maybe the rich girl in school had a sweet 16. I never got invited to one. But kids in my neighborhood, we didn't have a sweet 16. You know, when you had a birthday party, you invited the kids from the neighborhood and you all hung out and had cake instead of just all hanging out and playing in the backyard, which is what you normally did. Like, sweet 16s, they were not like a big deal to my generation. I didn't have a wedding. I can go into that some other time, but didn't have a wedding, and I never had a significant wedding anniversary. So that never happened. Like, never had a big party. Was going to have a 40th birthday party. Only because my bestie at the time talked to me and she's like, oh no, we're going to have a big party. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. And then she bailed on me after people were already invited. And I ended up doing it all myself with the help of my kids, who were 9, 11, and 13 at the time. I think those are the ages. So I had to make all the food, and people just came over. We hung out in the yard, in lawn chairs. Like, I don't know. It was a lot of work. And then the next day, it was a lot of work to clean up. And I did all the planning. I don't know. So, yeah, I wanted a 50th birthday party. I want to celebrate this with people who I love and who want to celebrate the fact that I have lived 50 years on this planet, on this ball hurtling through space. I have gone 50 rotations around the sun. I think it's a big deal. And so I've been making a big deal out of it. And I know that some people are like, oh, birthdays aren't that important or whatever. They're another other day, or some people don't want to celebrate like turning 50. They want to quietly tiptoe into it and pretend they're still in their 40s. I don't know. I've never had a breakdown on turning a new age. I'm always like, yes, it's a new phase of my life kind of thing. Like when I turned 30, I was thrilled to turn 30 and leave my 20s behind me because I had made some stupid mistakes in my 20s. And when I turned 40, I had no problem turning 40, and now I'm turning 50, and I think it's a reason to celebrate. I'm not one of those who freaks out and has a mental breakdown getting older. It's a privilege to get older, and I think it should be a celebration to get older. But all of that being said, I absolutely do not want my mom to have to throw me a party because she's in her 70s, and it's exhausting to plan a party. And she's got other parties going on. I've got my youngest niece that I live with is graduating high school. Now her party's not until June, but her graduation's in May. My middle niece that I live with is graduating college in May and is having her graduation party in May. It's Mother's Day in May. My one sister's birthday is May. My other sister's anniversary is in May. My brother and his wife's anniversary is in May. My dad's birthday is in May. Mother's Day, Memorial Day, like May is a busy month. And my birthday falls on a Wednesday. So I don't want to inconvenience my mom. I don't want her to have to do all this work to plan a party or plan food or send out invitations. And I don't know. It's a big deal to me, but also I don't want to make it a big burden to my mom to throw a party. I don't know. So on my channel, on my vintage channel, I will be having a birthday celebration on my actual birthday where I'm just hanging out with everybody who's free to hang out in a live chat that morning. So, you know. But it is a big deal. It's a big deal because it's been hard. It's been hard to live this long. When you're in pain every day, it eats away at you mentally. I mean, it's bad enough what it does to your body, but I don't know, it's why so many people with chronic illness also suffer from depression, because it's just horrible. It's just horrible. If you have never suffered with pain like that, you can't possibly begin to know what it's like. And if you have, you know, and the people that are like, oh, you just need to get more sunshine, or oh, you need to change your diet, or oh, you just need to think positively. Chronic pain wears on you. It wears on your soul. So that's why it is a big deal. It's a big deal to me. So it may not be a big deal to others. It's a big deal to me, but also I don't want to be a burden to anybody. I don't want to inconvenience anybody. I don't want to put added stress on anybody. If people wanted to celebrate my 50th birthday with me, I want them to do it because they're happy I'm here and they want to come hang out with me because it's joyous. I don't want them to feel like, oh my goodness, it is one more thing we've got to fit into our schedule. It is one more thing that in an already overloaded month that we've got to squeeze in there. So as much as I want to celebrate with my family and friends, also, I don't want to inconvenience anybody and make them feel like, we have to go to this thing because it's important to her. I want it to be important to people that love me. I want them to go, oh my goodness, she survived. She survived 50 years on this planet. I read a really good article by somebody turning 50 who said, if you think about it, you move out when you're 18. And so 18 to 50, I didn't do the math, and now I'm trying to remember the article. 18 to 50 is what, 32 years? And then if you're lucky, you're going to live to 82. So 50 really is halfway through your adult life. It really is the middle of your life. It is that thing to celebrate. And also, I want to celebrate a new chapter. My children are all grown and have moved out on their own, and they're doing well. And I have now changed my business. So now I'm growing my business in a different, I'm not doing massage anymore. So that's new. And so like, it really is this whole new chapter of my life. It really is a thing to celebrate, turning 50 and getting to see what the next decade's going to bring. And who knows what could happen. And who knows if I'll meet somebody, meet the love of my life in my 50s, or who knows if I'll move somewhere fabulous, or if my business will take off and I'll suddenly be rolling in the bucks. I mean, who knows what the next decade's going to bring, but it is a complete and total change from every other decade of my life. I mean, for 2.5 decades, I was a mom, and, you know, that was just the most important thing. And for an entire decade, I was a full-time massage therapist running my own business. And for half of that decade, we were living in this old farmhouse that was slowly killing us with the mold in the basement. Like, so many changes and so many positive changes. It is a thing to celebrate. So I don't know. The upshot is, as much as I want to celebrate it and have a big party, I'm not going to plan it, because I'm the family party planner, and I don't want to plan my own party. And I don't want my mom to plan it because it's inconvenient and she is super busy. And I don't want to inconvenience friends and family in like the busiest month of the year. And that's just what May is. It is the busiest month of the year, and my birthday is smack dab in the middle of it. And it's always inconvenient for everybody. It's wedding season, it's graduation season, it's spring planting season here in Ohio. It's a lot. I don't know. So mental health matters. That's why I'm making a big deal out of it on social media. My mom is doing that. My mom and dad are doing that wonderful thing where they are counting down the 50 days with me. So today is 45 days until I turn 50. And, you know, that's been so much fun. So if you're on my Instagram, you've seen those posts and you've seen the fabulous little things they're getting me every day, or big things like the crown, the swan. This morning was a window sticker that I am so excited to use in an future altered book project. So mom and dad are helping me celebrate the last now 45 days of being in my 40s. So I don't know. I'm grateful for the little celebrations, and I'm going to be grateful to hang out with you guys on May 17th on my other channel at 10 a.m. Eastern. I always go live. I won't have a sale that morning. It'll just be coffee to chat and opening cards. I did already get one gift, a little envelope. I have not opened it. I'm going to save it. But I don't know. That's just a little video about why turning 50 is important to me and my mental health, and why I'm making a big deal out of it. So if you've seen it and you're like, ugh, 50 is not that big of a deal, it's important to me. It's important to me. I want to have a lot of fun with it. I want to celebrate this new phase of my life. And that's all. That's all it's about. So if you should happen to want to send me a card for my 50th birthday, the P.O. box is in the description box below. It's also probably in my bio on both channels. And I don't think it's in my Instagram yet. I don't know. I don't even remember if I put it on my Instagram. But if you've also wondered, what are these countdown posts on my Instagram? That's what they are. And I'm just going to have fun with it. And for me, it's super special. And it's okay if it's not super special to you, but that is why it's a big deal to me and my mental health. And I am celebrating turning 50 in May. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that you have a good week. And the weather here is turning, so my pain levels should be a little lower. I'm going to do some thrifting out of town with my sister tomorrow, which is exciting. And yeah, that's what's happening. So have a good week, and I will talk to you guys later.